Hello and welcome to first round coverage from the 2018 San Francisco Open here in San Francisco, California. We are at Glen Eagles Golf Course, and it is a great place to play some disc golf. Big Sexy commentary here with you, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling.
What a treat we have for you guys today at the opening round. We got Paul McBeth, Drew Gibson, Garrett Gurthie, and local Bay Area guy, Jeff Faes. We call him the Phaser Beam.
Hole 1, par 4, 668 feet, OB on the right and the left. It's a pretty good par 4 to start. You got to throw a big drive, try to just find the middle of the fairway, but then you have to pick your gap on these really big trees. As you'll see on this course, a ton of huge mature trees that make this place really fun.
The OB on the cart paths on the left and right side really allow for a big backhand turnover, one that lands flat eventually.
Drew Gibson.
And we've got some fun introductions here. You gotta like a golf course where you can really let loose in this first shot.
Mm-hmm.
Get your blood going.
Drew going huge. This needs to stay right.
It's fading left, but I don't think it's any danger at all of going out of bounds.
Yep, that's fantastic. Super far. Good angle over there as well, I think, to see the pin.
Winner of the 2017 Valdosta Open, Garrett Gurthie.
And we've seen quite a bit of Double G so far this season. Coming back on tour and not really missing the beat. Obviously, he's known for big distance. This is a big distance course. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch him play today.
Oh, wow.
And that is ridiculous.
The OB ends at 475, so
which we're not worried about.
He just ripped past 475 all the way to 650, because that's the Circle 2 flag.
Yeah.
So as far, because he's almost pin high.
Winner of the 2018
I'm going to put that at 625.
And also winner of a car on The Price is Right.
Let's see, does Jeffrey win that car?
Come on. Let him.
Be a car. Yes!
Congratulations, Jeffrey. Drive safe.
Bob Barker with maybe a little bit of an illusion.
Yeah, man. He told him to drive safe, and that's something he's been doing for years now. And this is extremely safe.
Yeah, very safe drive there. Bob Barker knows his stuff about golf, that's for sure. Well, Happy Gilmore.
Forest, Virginia, four-time world champion, and winner of the 2018 Jacksonville Open, Paul McBeth.
Paul McBeth, third farthest throwing guy on the card. Only gets 600 when he has a wide open field.
I know, it's... Step it up, dude. And this is going to be a little bit left, but like you said, that's going to be really close to Drew's shot, and that, well, actually, that stayed straight the whole time. But that does open up that angle for the nice clean. You can go wide forehand or just a little putter straight at it.
Looks like we're going to the Thumber show.
And we're going to see a lot of that. Jeff has got a huge overhand shot. It got caught up in some of the trees.
Oh, yeah, that fell pretty short.
Oh, wow. And that's over there near 18's fairway.
Inbounds, though, I think he should be likely to have a chance to get up and down.
Mm-hmm.
This is a more slopey green than it really comes across on video, I feel like. It's kind of tricky to really get it in there really close. I felt like a lot of shots were doing that kind of thing, come out near circle edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of similarities between... this course and the De La Viega golf course. Big course, obviously, another golf course that we're playing on, but very slopey, as you see Paul just absolutely park his Nova approach there. But yeah, you can really get a good feel here for the slope that we're dealing with on this hole.
That's a nice shot, and that really shows you, look at how far Garrett's shot is. Jeff went backhand, albeit into the ground, full power thumber, and he still wasn't as far as this roller.
Oh, Garrett.
Oh, man.
So close, he doesn't really even know what to do with it. That was that a Sonic?
Might
or was
have
that an AVR X3? I can't really tell from that angle.
Paul in for birdie. Great start.
I know he put that in the bag recently, so I'm not sure if that's what he's going with. But either way, we're going to move over to the green where Drew taps in his birdie. Jeff will have a look for a par. Jeff is not the only player, the disc golfer, who has been on The Price is Right and has actually been up on stage.
Mace Man, right?
Yeah, Brian Mace.
It's a show that loves disc golfers.
That's right.
So if you're watching this, where do they film? Must be LA.
I think it's LA,
Get there.
Get out there and proudly support disc golf.
Who is it now? Drew Carey?
It's still Drew Carey, yeah.
Okay. Great birdie from Garrett. Hole 2, par 3, 378 feet. This one is really tricky because the cart path and to the right of the cart path is out of bounds, but that one giant tree is exactly where you would like to throw if there wasn't any out of bounds. You want to bring the hyzer right through there. So if you stretch your hyzer a little too long to try to ace run this basket, you might hit that tree, and if you do, you're going straight to the drop zone, taking a 4 at best.
A good play, I think, is to go with a pretty wide hyzer, bail it out safe, just left of the pin. Oh, and Drew's...
Dude, this is scary.
It is. Oh, wow.
He didn't like it out of his hand. I mean, obviously, if it misses the tree, it's going to be great. Unless it rolls all the way out of bounds. Unbelievable. Okay, at least it's stopping.
What a terrible break. I mean, he may have misreleased that just a bit. He didn't want to bring it that close to the tree, but once it missed the tree, he really couldn't ask for a better place for it to land, but just wouldn't sit down.
There's the tighter line. Ooh, almost too tight. Brushes those trees. But that's going to be that's 40 feet.
That's that safe bailout play where you do have a little bit of space between where the basket is located and that hillside, so you can get fairly aggressive, but not, I don't know, you don't want to be reckless.
Yeah. This is going well left, but there is a hill there to kind of control it and some trees.
Oh, yeah.
That drops really nicely.
That'll be inside the circle for Paul McBeth.
Nice shot from Jeff. That's exactly what you want to do.
You think that headband is representing Denver Nuggets or the Minneapolis Lakers?
Man, I don't know if it's either, to be honest.
Okay. All right. If you had to presume which team he's pulling for, would it be the 1952 Minneapolis Lakers or the 2016 Denver Nuggets?
All the way, it has to be 2016 of all years. Just 2 years ago, the Nugs. I think he was a big fan then. He's soured on him since. Yeah, but
So 2016 Denver Nuggets?
I think he really loved that team. It's sad that they had to break him up.
Oh,
great birdie.
Nicely done there.
Briefly, the whole card at -1. Nice birdie from Paul.
Sounds like the card is trying to figure out the best way to play the hole.
I think that they're onto something with that hyzer right to the edge of the circle and then make the putt.
Yeah, I think it's the safest play. You really bring that big prominent tree out of play, and like I said, you got enough space there. You can get pretty aggressive with your putt without worrying about it going all the way down the hill.
Yeah, definitely. Hole 3 is a par 3, 441 feet downhill to the right. The cart path is OB way out there to the left, but not really in play. The OB you do need to worry about, though, is this wall down below the pin. So we may see some huge forehands, some rollers, some turnover backhands, but you need the disc to stop before it glides over that wall.
And it looks like Paul is going for a roller play, but I don't know if he's got enough angle on it. Oh, wow, it's very understable. He's trying to cut back, but he has gone long OB. The roller play is nice there because of that wall, but you have to get the distance right off the tee, otherwise that OB comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff has got a big forehand. This is pretty much all of everything you can get into a forehand at 441 feet. Yeah, it's downhill, but it is a full flex line. Maybe only a few players that are on tour could reach this thing on a flat line or hyzer line. Everyone else has got to go big flex shot.
Drew needs this to settle.
This is heading OB, I think. Yep.
Oh, maybe 2 meters. I don't know if it got through there, but
oh, goodness.
It doesn't make a difference, really. Either OB or 2 meters.
And Garrett as well is going with the roller. And this is a little bit nicer than Paul's.
Fast.
Oh!
Oh, no.
What has gone on?
It wedged in the wall. I'm not sure what... It depends if there's string there.
Yeah, the wall itself is not the OB line. It's actually the string.
But my group discovered there was no string.
Oh, well, that's very interesting.
So I'm guessing he's got to be safe.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What a great run from Phaser Beam. So it looks like Drew was indeed 2 meters. And that's a tough break for Drew after the really unfortunate rollaway on his last tee shot.
Yeah.
California really the only state that I would say is unanimous in agreement that they want to play the 2 meter rule.
They love it.
Yep.
There it is. Big time birdie from Garrett.
And there's sections across the country that still have that, that choose to play with that rule. And I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know what to say about that. It's just, I think it's an interesting rule. And California's the place that if you like that rule, this is the state for you.
This is the home for you. Hole 4 is a par 3, somewhat questionably, I would say. This is a super hard par 3, 507 feet. Low ceiling drive that kind of forces that bunker into play, even though it shouldn't be in play. And then you got to get way back here, probably 150 feet into this tunnel. And the green is pretty slopey as well.
You just got no way this is a par 3. This is a low ceiling. You can't really get a ton of distance other than throwing a low flat line as Garrett's throwing here. And then you have to go through a scatter plot of eucalypti. I mean, it's just
nicely done there.
That's a fantastic shot, but you really can't do much better than that. And he's still maybe near circle 2. I mean, and that's top 1% of the distance throwers on tour.
His shot was good, but I was complimenting your commentary. I was so enthralled by what you were saying. I mean, his shot was okay, but the scatter plot, man, I mean, that was clutch.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that's going straight in the sand. And that's what it does. You feel like that sand is not at all, you're definitely going to clear it. But then that low ceiling branch forces you a little low, and that bunker is just perfectly sloped like that. You're never going to skip out of it. If you're too low, you're going right in.
And you can't turn it over either. It slopes down to the right, and it can get really fast down there.
That'll be an ankle twister.
It would be very unfortunate to get past all that into a bad place, but it does exist. You can go down right. And Drew is going big here.
It's clean.
Just let this get through. Oh, not quite. That had the distance to get near circle's edge.
I think so. I think Eagle McMahon got the 2.
Yeah, he did. And as well as Chris Bates.
Congratulations.
And yours truly hit the band and rolled it to about 50. So did not get a 2, got a 4.
I got a 4. I went in the sand like Jeff. It's kind of a good play.
It's a cool play.
Yeah. Here's Paul from on top of some logs, maybe. Trying to find a foot to put on the playing surface.
Yeah, and there was a lot of work done in this hole to get it ready for the tournament. There's a big pile of debris that's off there kind of below the hole about 45, 50 feet. And if you go in there, it is a free casual drop. Drew, that's going to leave a tester putt for his 3. No, maybe not tester, but...
So this is for the birdie.
Okay, yeah, spoiler alert. We did say the 2 birdies before.
Well, we didn't say for sure that they didn't get it.
That's true.
Anybody who thinks different isn't a true fan of the game or of our commentary or of Jomez.
So you better agree with
You
us.
better.
Oh.
Whoa, that was scary.
Hey everyone, Big Germ here. The coolest part about the Innova Tour Series program is that it connects us players with you. Thank you so much for your support, and I can't wait to see you on the course. Here we go. Yeah, baby.
Hole 5,
Oh, jeez.
par 4, 1,033 feet downhill. Maybe the signature hole on this course. What do you think? It's one of them.
Yeah, it's a great hole.
Huge crush downhill to start. Try to stay in the middle because there is OB early right and then all the way down on the left, and then huge crush yet again. I mean, it is 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
To try to find your way onto this green. The green is really tough because it does slope pretty bad right behind the basket. Opportunity for some 700-foot drives here.
I'd say that there's probably a 60-foot drop in elevation from tee to green.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a huge hill that you're teeing off, and that's the only reason that this is a par 4 and not a par 5. It can be reached with 2 big shots. It takes 2 big shots though. Even if you go big on this first one, you are going to have at least 400 feet, I'd say.
And this was happening a lot. Like, I saw a lot of players. Whoa.
Oh, that is...
That's a thrower, folks.
Oh my goodness gracious.
This wind was sneaking up on people. People were getting out their big distance disc, and then I saw a few players get turned over so early like that.
That wins the award for the most perpendicular thrower of all time.
Oh, yeah. And that's a coveted award. There's a lot of people in the running for that every year.
And this is the shot you'd like to see. Nice.
Get back to an edge.
Okay, well, that's still good. Down to that green grass there.
It's big.
If you can see the disc from the tee, you've gone huge. I don't think they can quite see that over that hillside, but that's still all of 550.
Mm-hmm. Man, look at the thing just turn. This is going roller, too. I don't think that was intentional, but it's going to be fantastic.
Not a chance, Bob. But that works out really well.
Paul's over here in a construction zone. And he's worried. He said something, don't go on the green. Looks like we're going to be fine.
And that just gets him to the place that he'd like to be off the tee. He's still 400 feet away to try to get his par. And you gotta love just looking at that backdrop of the city and the hillsides and
Wow.
Whew. Wow.
That was probably 475.
Yeah, parked on a dime.
Perfect hyzer.
Incredible shot.
This looks good also.
Yeah.
Not bad. Little
Yeah.
short, 40 feet. Kind of a tough putt to run, honestly, because there's a pretty big drop off, but we'll see what Jeff does with it.
As far as I'm concerned, there's not a more fun shot in the game than throwing a nice downhill through a valley and looking at the backdrop of mountains and sea. It's just, you kind of get swept up when you're on this hole.
Yeah, for sure. Paul needs to get a save here. Get this thing close.
It's looking a bit too tight and a little bit too long, but I think fortunately catches some cabbage there, and that's going to leave him about 30 feet or so.
Yeah, as long as he's got a line out of there, that was probably a pretty good break. Drew a little low, but it stays close. Looks like Jeff will give it a bid.
Ooh, the price is wrong, Bob.
Paul to save a par. Oh, that was huge.
That's a working man's 4 there for Paul.
The one man we thought would never throw a thrower, and here he is.
Here he is, making the thrower top 10 with the save and the SloMez.
Here with just a highlight birdie. Oh, Jeff didn't go too far. I was worried that was worse than that.
And Jeff, is he the first MVP player we've had on the feature card in Jomez commentary?
I would think
coverage?
so. I would think so, but I'm not. I can't say that for sure. Hole 6, par 4, 644 feet. This is kind of a rare woods tunnel shot for this type of course, but it is a long one. You're going to see either backhand hyzers to try to find the middle of that tunnel, or a forehand that kind of bails out of the tunnel early right. Then you've got to clear all the sand and this golf green to find this area, but there's a couple little tiny sand traps right there next to the basket too that play as hazards.
Yeah, full drive, and if you get out, it still leaves you an incredibly difficult approach shot. Very tricky green. Very tricky hole from all the way up.
Oh, I wondered if anyone would try that. I don't think he's happy with it, though. Caught the early branch. He's going to be a long, long way from the basket. That just isn't going very far. Like, I don't know.
Even if that's completely clean, it's still going to leave such a long approach that I don't know if that's really a position play for the birdie.
That's what you like. I don't know if he meant to turn it through there, but that's awesome. If he did, great.
Yeah.
If he didn't, also great.
Yeah, incredible break. You take that, and that's gonna leave you in that position where you're only maybe 300 feet from the pin, but it plays like 360, 370. Even when you're on camera, you can't see that it's uphill so much. You can kind of see the grade goes up. Even when you're standing here, it doesn't look that much, but just the shots just don't go that far.
And Drew has to go to a huge roller here. This looks like it's breaking right too soon. Can it stay in bounds? No.
And I do like that play from that distance if you can get the distance correct. If you can keep it inside that wall, you're going to be saved by, if it turns out too soon, you're going to be just fine. But
Garrett going huge.
wow, he goes over the wall.
That was pretty cool.
Very aggressive play there.
Still pretty long putt, probably 40, but hats off. Paul's drive landed in a little frog pond, and he had to chip up to here. And now going with the forehand, stays safe. Edge of circle putt again.
Yeah,
another kind of long putt for par.
He's really working hard right now for these pars. See if he can pick this one up here.
Look at this drive. This needs a couple skips. Not going to get him. That's disappointing, I'm sure, because his drive was probably one of the best this hole saw all day. Hopefully he can connect on a big putt. Birdie putt just high. We saw Drew's par putt come in low. Here's Garrett. Last chance for the group to come away with a birdie here.
And it's just showing why this is, just another one of these holes that averages above par. We have not played a single hole yet that averages below par.
Wow.
And Paul is
Man.
picking up the bogey here. Yeah, 3 players at even, and Garrett up to a good start. 3 under par through 6 holes that's getting it done out here.
Oh, it's very good.
This is, it's hard to design a golf course that is challenging and not unfair, and also a good score is somewhere near par.
Yeah,
And
even par rated 1,000 for
Yeah.
this round. So
and that's a successfully designed course, in my opinion.
yeah, hole 7, par 3, 483. This is a super hard par 3. Mandatory left immediately off the tee. The only thing I can really even imagine reaching the green is a roller, just sort of like a crazy aggressive flippy roller.
With wind.
Get up there and get close. We'll see if these guys go with that, or maybe big turnovers.
And Garrett's going with, I believe that's a Star Wraith. He really likes rolling the those old Star Wraiths, and that is gonna actually
Bounds.
be a little bit too tight for the easy approach. You'd like to be, if You can't reach this pin. We're just going to go ahead and say it. You're not reaching this pin unless you have peak conditions and you lay it down perfect, and you can also throw 600-foot rollers. It says
I tuned into some of the live coverage, and I saw the thin young bird put one about 30 feet.
oh wow, okay,
But you know, he's the bird.
yeah,
So
he is the bird, but he did not pick up the bird.
no, he didn't. He was kind of behind that wall of trees. And here's the air shot. This is probably about as good as you can do it.
Yeah,
You really don't even mind seeing this fade out.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Paul, you might mind because you're thinking maybe you could have got there, but that's better position than if he turns it early. That's better than where Garrett is.
Right. There are some blocking trees that make that early shot, that right side of the fairway shot, a little bit more difficult. So if you can fade out left, there's really nothing wrong with that.
And this one's going to stay turned a little longer, maybe? Maybe not really.
It's a
Just
similar
a huge
spot.
crush. Great spot to be. Probably nearly jump putt range.
And according to a local I was speaking with, they play this hole as a par 4, but as soon as big dogs come in town, they just change the name to a par 3.
Well, it's a quick way to get par to be 1,000 range.
Yeah, I suppose. And Jeff is going to have a very difficult putt for quote-unquote par. He's going to have that V tree right in the way, and Garrett wanted to avoid the V tree and has gone a bit long.
He's avoided it. Here you can see the advantage of having that drive move left at the end. He has just a straight, unobstructed shot to the pin. Drew's going to have a similar shot.
Going with a forehand approach. It's an interesting shot. Perhaps that tree was a little bit too close to his eye for the hyzer play.
Some wind coming up, and it is kind of a sandy green. I think you can... Wow!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Laying out.
That's one of the best SloMez's I've seen with the layout back there.
And the Denver Nuggets band.
Yeah, man, 2016.
Oh, and Garrett.
Great putt.
He wasn't that long. He just wasn't that tight, but didn't matter.
It's just a stressful putt, man. Like, yeah, because it is listed par 3. I know,
Right.
and there's going to be those out there that say, oh, par shouldn't matter, just play the game.
Right.
But we hate bogeys.
Surely do.
So when you're staring down that putt and you know, oh man, I should have just put it so close, that becomes a stressful putt. Hole 8, par 4, 642 feet, uphill the whole way. This one, they're calling it the boomerang because this OB river that they've made kind of takes that shape. You have to be short of the wall or beyond the flags that you can just barely see there. I don't think they quite got this one right because I don't think anybody's going for it off the tee.
Yeah, the risk-reward factor is just too high to try going across that area.
I'm sure they wanted to see some people try to go across, but look at, I mean, if this guy's not going, you got to move that OB back.
Yeah, and yeah, if it was maybe brought in about 30 feet, I think people would be considering it because it would be a huge advantage to clear it.
Definitely.
You have to play short, and you don't really want to push the distance all the way up to that wall because it's just a bit scary. You know, you think, okay, it's a pretty easy bailout shot. No need to go too aggressive.
But you kind of have to get aggressive to get up there and have a chance to make birdie because that second shot is so uphill.
It's very difficult, and it's on the hillside all the way up.
And that's Paul going destroyer to illustrate, you know, he's not going full on that. He's putting some hyzer, but just to illustrate, this is like, sure, it looks like a layup shot, but with the slope, it's still pretty far.
And not surprising, all 4 players playing the safe hyzer shot just to the meat of that cavity in the boomerang.
Garrett with a huge hyzer here, coming up to the elevated pin. And he's still pretty short. He's over the green. He's safe, but that's a big putt.
And that's why you'd like to get a little bit further off the tee. You really want to push it. Ideally, you'd like to be maybe 20 feet to 30 feet away from that wall.
Yes.
As far as you can go. And these guys are coming up 60 feet.
I'd kind of like to be 18 inches away from the wall if we're talking ideally.
Ideal, yeah, sure.
But man, that's scary to do.
And not only are we on a hillside, we got this elevated basket here. I mean, there's just a lot of tricky elements to this hole.
Drew with the big drive of the group. See if he can put one on the pin. I don't think anyone else is in the circle yet.
Drew with a nice looking approach there.
That's probably inside circle 1.
It's close to it. Yeah, he'll have a putt. Oh, looks, yeah, we can see up there. He's just inside.
And Paul might even be just inside, actually.
And Jeff kind of doing his best to get as far up the hill as possible, maybe trying to make it, but either way, he'll settle for a happy little drop in par. Oh, sit. Wow. He said he thought he had it far enough. Man, it's just so hard to get all the way up that hill.
All for birdie. Oh, yeah. Smooth stroke there.
Big time putt. Yeah, he might have been inside the circle, but that felt like everything, like 40 feet or more.
Same with this one, I bet. Oh, no, 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 no.
Just sit down. And it's not sitting.
Oh, get your bag out of the way.
Watch your bag.
Not out of bounds, but still disastrous.
Yeah, going from a 27-foot putt to now a 35-foot putt.
Big moment here. See if he can recover. Probably the stroke he just had is about right to make this putt.
Yep. Oh, and that's a bit low. No, don't.
Oh, no way. No way.
Oh, goodness.
Get in. Well.
Okay, silver lining.
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh. No, it didn't. No. I'm sorry, but you can hear him laughing, and there's nothing else you can do besides...
That's ridiculous. There it is.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I think I'm going to lay up on this hole.
I'm
officially scared now.
Tough break for Drew. Putting for 3, taking a 6.
The crazy thing is it could have been worse.
Yeah. Yep. Got a good break to not go out of bounds.
So unlucky, but wow.
It happens that quick.
Hole 9, par 4, 747 feet downhill. There's the bay in the background. This is probably the most beautiful tee shot you're going to see this year. Through the triple Mando, which is unmissable. I mean, it's just the banner flags. But then you're just trying to go huge down here past this foot golf pin if you can. Get in this area with the biggest throwers, which we've got a few of them right here, can maybe get themselves a jump putt for a eagle. Pretty easy par 4, really. I mean, if you keep it in the middle, as Paul looks to be doing. I mean, this is just huge.
Yeah, I mean, we're going so far downhill. If you can get that disc to drift.
How close is that?
Just outside circle 2, according to those flags.
Is huge.
You have a big putt there. I'd say he's every bit of 670.
Yeah, probably. That's awesome.
And Garrett has got this thing turned over. This is exactly what you want to see, just holding that turn. As long as it keeps turning, it's just going to keep moving, and he is outdriven.
Whoa. It's probably pin high-ish.
And our catch cam mic is about 80 feet short of being able to catch the entire flight in one shot.
Unbelievable.
Incredible. And phaser beam going with the laser.
Oh, this has got a great late flip.
Oh, and it's air bouncing too. Awesome. Yeah, all right.
That's an awesome spot to be. Man, these guys are putting a clinic on this hole. See if Drew can join them. That's 3 incredible drives so far.
Yeah, my money's on yes. He's got some frustration to let loose, and he has gotten every bit of this
might
destroyer.
Be the best one.
And this actually has the height to swing in to the left and give himself a look at the 2. Oh my gosh, he's inside circle 2. Oh my goodness.
You can see the hole averaging 3.73. I'd be shocked if we're at 12. If we're worse than 12, I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
For the group. These guys are going to get up and down easily. One of them might even make the putt. I'm surprised Drew is next, honestly. Oh, we maybe missed.
Okay.
We missed a shot. Maybe Paul's.
It's just reverse order.
Oh yeah. Okay, we got it.
Yeah, we got all the shots. Oh, wow. What a run.
Man. No eagles, but easiest couple of birdies you'll see.
Yeah, and there's a clinic there on how to throw far and straight and get glide. That's so much fun to throw. And it might not be the hardest hole to achieve birdie on, but a hole like this, when the entire front 8 so far has been all averaging over par, it's crucial to have a shot like this where you can throw it far and just let the disc fly and enjoy the fun of watching the disc go 600 feet.
Well, that's it. 9 holes in the books. Garrett with the hot front at 28. So far, our leaderboard looks like this through 9 holes. Then Young Bird. Get out of there, dude. Drew's bombing in shots. You got to get underground when that's happening. Get home. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll be back with Back 9 coverage right away.